Hey guys, I'm Valora Woodard with Coldwell Banker, serving Lake, Sonoma, and Napa counties in beautiful Northern California. And today I want to piggyback a little bit on last week's post about escrow and talk with you a little bit about the initial deposit, the earnest money deposit. What is that? How much does it need to be? Let's talk about it. So you learned last week that the earnest money deposit is money that you have to put in right after your offer is accepted. You have to put it into a neutral third-party escrow account. It comes out of your account, but it doesn't go straight to the seller, and it doesn't go to some guy named Earnest. It goes towards your down payment and your closing costs at the end. And it's refundable if you cancel within the right time period. Okay, so how much needs to be put in that earnest money deposit? So the first thing you need to know about an earnest money deposit is that it is your way of showing the seller that you are a serious and committed buyer and that you've got skin in the game. And why is that important to a seller? Well, let's put ourselves in the seller's position. The seller's got their house on the market. They want to sell it, right? They've got all this interest, they've got buyers coming, and they finally get an offer from you, and as soon as they accept that offer, then they are committed. They're committed to you, they're committed to selling it to you at that price and on those terms, and they're not getting many visits from any other buyers anymore because other buyers can see that it's in contract. The seller can't accept another offer, a higher offer, possibly better offer. So as soon as they get into contract with you, they are potentially missing out on other buyers. So basically, your earnest money deposit is your promise to the seller that you are a serious buyer, you want that house, and you're gonna check everything out, do your due diligence, and if everything checks out, then you're gonna buy that house. And you're letting them know that you are going to follow through with everything you say you're going to follow through in the contract. And if you don't, they get to keep that money. That's your skin in the game. And I know that might sound a little scary because I don't know what I'm doing. I've never bought a house before. What if I slip up? What if I forget something and I default on the contract and then I lose all that money? Well, relax. If you're represented by a good realtor, they're not gonna let you unknowingly default on the contract. So don't even worry about that part. So, how much should your earnest money deposit be? Well, it's all relative and it's gonna vary from situation to situation, but basically it needs to be enough to convince the seller that you're serious. So if you have 20% down, for example, then most sellers are gonna wanna see a good chunk of that in as an earnest money deposit. If you're buying a $500,000 house and you've got 20% down, that's $100,000 that you've got sitting here waiting to go towards your down payment and your closing costs. And remember, your earnest money deposit goes towards that anyway at the end, as long as you don't default on the contract, which you're not going to, right? So the seller's gonna wanna see a good chunk of that, like 3% of the purchase price. So 15,000 of 100,000, that's gonna be pretty hard for you to walk away from. And that's gonna let the seller be pretty comfortable knowing that you're serious and you're not gonna just walk away from that money, right? If you're only willing to put 1,000, 2,000 of that at risk, then what does that tell the seller? It tells the seller that you're not that committed and that maybe you will waste their time. Maybe you will walk away from that. $1,000 to $2,000 to somebody who has $100,000 sitting there is probably doesn't mean a whole lot. So if you, however, don't have 20% down, you've got 3.5% down. You're getting an FHA loan and you know, it took you a long time to save up that 3.5%, or you're getting a VA loan and you don't have anything to put down. Well, then a lot smaller portion is going to satisfy the seller. So if you've got a $500,000 house, you've got 3.5% saved for a down payment, that's $17,500, then it's probably gonna be a lot harder for you to walk away from, $2,000 to $5,000, because that's a really big chunk of your complete down payment. And that's gonna make the seller feel comfortable and know that you're committed if you're putting that much of your down payment at risk, okay? If you're only putting a couple $100 at risk, then they're not gonna feel that warm and fuzzy about it. And they're gonna feel like maybe you're wasting their time. So that's what your earnest money deposit is all about. If you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to help answer any questions. I hope you liked today's video and you found this informational. Please like it and share it. And if you know anybody who is looking to buy or sell real estate in Lake, Sonoma, or Napa counties, please send them my way. I would love to help them out. Have a great day.